6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Caretaker Prime Minister has called for settlement of Kashmir dispute in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions and aspirations of Kashmiri people. Anwarul Haqqaqar has stressed the need for increased focus on quality of education to overcome contemporary challenges. Caretaker Information Minister says Election Commission of Pakistan enjoys the powers to announce its action plan in light of the Constitution and law. Pakistan and the United States have reiterated intent to increase interaction and explore ways to expand scope of mutually beneficial engagements. At least 12 Palestinians have been martyred in Israeli military attacks on a school in southern Gaza. On the second day of Perth Test against Australia, Pakistan in their first innings were 132 for 2 at stumps today. The details of the headlines after a short break.
आज़मीन हज के लिए खुशखबरी। रेगुलर और स्पॉन्सरशिप स्कीम में दरख्वास्तें जमा करवाने की तारीख में 22 दिसंबर तक तौसी। समुंदर पार पाकिस्तानी अपने या अपने प्यारों के लिए स्पॉन्सरशिप स्कीम के जरिए डॉलर्स में अदायगी करें और पहले आइए पहले पाइए की बुनियाद पर हज के मुकद्दस सफर पर रवाना हो। हज बदल या पिछले 5 साल में हज करने वाले आज़मीन भी दरख्वास्त देने के अहल हैं। मजीद मालूमात के लिए करीबी बैंक या वजारत की वेबसाइट विजिट करें। हुकूमत पाकिस्तान।
And now the news in detail. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haqqaqar has said Kashmir has never been and will never be part of India. Addressing a news conference in Muzaffarabad today, he said resolution of Jammu and Kashmir dispute lies only in plebiscite in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions. He said no Indian court or assembly can decide future of Kashmiris. The Prime Minister said India's illegal and unilateral actions in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir have given only further stimulation to the Kashmiri freedom struggle. He said Indian stance on Kashmir has not been accepted by the world community. Paying tribute to the sacrifices of Kashmiri people, the Prime Minister said India cannot suppress the big cause of Kashmiri people for their right to self-determination. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haqqaqar has reaffirmed Pakistan's unwavering commitment to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Kashmiri people. During a special meeting of Azad Jammu and Kashmir Cabinet in Muzaffarabad today, he said Jammu and Kashmir is an internationally recognized dispute and India cannot get away through its usurping tactics. The Cabinet of Azad Jammu and Kashmir thanked the Prime Minister for his expression of solidarity with the Kashmiri people in the wake of Indian Supreme Court's endorsement of India's illegal and unilateral actions regarding the status of Jammu and Kashmir. The cabinet members said the courageous stand of the Prime Minister has installed a new ray of hope among the Kashmiris. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haqqaqar has stressed the need for increased focus on the quality of education to overcome contemporary challenges. Talking to students of AJK universities in Muzaffarabad today, he said we are going to implement a plan of improving infrastructure to impart quality education. The Prime Minister said a serious dialogue is need of the hour to decide over single national curriculum as it is becoming a serious challenge in the post-18th Amendment period. He said Pakistan's parliament should take lead for this cause, considering it a nation-building project. Caretaker Minister for Information and Broadcasting Murtaza Solangi has said that Election Commission of Pakistan will announce its action plan in light of the Constitution and law. Talking to the media outside ECP office in Islamabad, he said, under Article 218(3) of the Constitution, the only constitutional body responsible for conducting elections in the country is the Election Commission. He said caretaker government neither can question the Election Commission nor can supervise. The minister said if anyone has a complaint with the ECP, he can contact the Election Commission. Chief of Army Staff General Syed Asim Munir called on key U.S. government and military officials during his ongoing visit to the Washington, D.C. and discussed matters of bilateral interests, global and regional security issues, and ongoing conflicts. The Army Chief held meetings with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, Deputy Secretary of State Victoria Nuland, Deputy National Security Advisor Jonathan Feiner, and Chairman of Joint Chief of Staff General Charles Q. Brown. Both sides agreed to continue engagement for exploring potential avenues of bilateral collaboration in pursuit of shared interests. During the meeting with defense officials, counter-terrorism cooperation and defense collaboration were identified as core areas of cooperation. 3 terrorists were killed in exchange of fire with the security forces in Tank today. Security forces effectively responded to terrorist attack on police lines in Tank. 3 policemen embraced martyrdom and 3 others wounded in the incident. A clearance operation by security forces is underway. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haqqar has strongly condemned the terrorist attacks on the police lines in Tank and the joint checkpost of police and Frontier Corps in Khyber district. In a statement, the Prime Minister paid tribute to the security personnel for foiling the big plan of terrorist attack on police line Tank. Repatriation of illegal foreign nationals, including Afghans, to their countries is continuing in a dignified and safe manner. 2,376 illegal Afghan nationals returned to their country yesterday. So far, over 431,000 illegal Afghans have been repatriated to Afghanistan. Pakistan Navy ship Tughril visited Salalah port of Oman on return journey after completion of routine operational deployment at Gulf of Aden as part of the Regional Maritime Security Patrol. During the stay at the port, the commanding officer of the ship met with senior naval officials of Oman as part of naval diplomacy and discussed matters of mutual interest. This is Radio Pakistan. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has said Pakistan's continued political, diplomatic and moral support has been a source of great encouragement for the people of occupied Jammu and Kashmir in their just struggle for the right to self-determination. According to Kashmir Media Service, the APHC spokesman in a statement issued in Srinagar urged the international community to pressure India to reciprocate Pakistan's efforts to settle this lingering dispute for ensuring permanent peace in the region. In Azad Jammu and Kashmir, a protest demonstration was held in Bagh City today against the Indian Supreme Court's verdict that endorsed the Modi government's illegal actions of repealing the special status of occupied Kashmir. The participants of the demonstration, organized by the AJK chapter of Jammu and Kashmir, Peer Panjal movement, raised high-pitched slogans against India. In London, the British lawmakers, activists and peace activists during a conference in the Parliament called the Indian Supreme Court's judgment about occupied Kashmir violation of the UN resolutions. At least 12 Palestinians have been martyred in continued Israeli military attacks on a school in southern Gaza. According to official Palestinian news agency Wafa, the displaced Palestinians had sought refuge in the school. On the second day of Perth cricket test against Australia, Pakistan in their first innings were 132 for 2 at stumps today. Earlier, Australia in their first innings were all out at 487 runs. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most plain areas of the country, while partly cloudy in upper areas during the next 12 hours. However, rain with snowfall over high mountains is likely in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. Drizzle is also expected in Potohar region and northeastern Punjab during the period. Fog and smog is likely to persist in Punjab and Upper Sindh during the morning and night hours. And now the headlines once again. Caretaker Prime Minister has called for settlement of Kashmir dispute in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions and aspirations of Kashmiri people. Anwarul Haqqar has stressed the need for increased focus on quality of education to overcome contemporary challenges. Caretaker Information Minister says Election Commission of Pakistan enjoys the powers to announce its action plan in light of the Constitution. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.